Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a commentary in one of my games. I guess today will be Tutorial Thursday where I review some of my games that I recently played, and boy do I have a lot of games today to show you guys. I don't know how many games I'll be able to go through, but hopefully this will all be fairly interesting for you. We have Fresh spawning on the top right hand side of Steps of War. Someone will have to tell me how to say that correctly, as the red Protoss. Meanwhile, I'm over here on the bottom left-hand side as the blue Terran. So Terran versus Protoss here on Steeps of War. Fresh gonna go ahead and just get this natural pylon build and get this underway. Now, today I started off the day at 8-0, and I ended the day at 10-7. So today was a very, very eye-opening day for me. It was very difficult, to say the least, just losing that many games, but hopefully I'll be able to watch these replays with you as I discuss what I did, what I was thinking, and what exactly the strategies are in order to come back. I'm opening up with the standard 12 barracks build in order to get a stronger economy. I could have gone for a Reaper harassment, but generally I don't like Reaper harassment on Steps of War. Excuse me. In comes this probe. As soon as this probe is going to come in, I know that he wants to try to take down this SCV here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in an SCV and start engaging it. Probe now being forced to pull away as this SCV now starting to chase. I'm going to go ahead, head around this base, try to figure out what strategies there are. He's going for a standard double pylon build with a gateway. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Over here, I'm still trying to catch up to this probe, perhaps try to take it down. However, a second SCV now coming in, getting off one more shot, but I know that those two SCVs will not be able to really take down that one probe. And now another probe coming in from Fresh. So at this stage in the game, what I want to do in terms of my strategy is try to go Marauders, Marines, and Ghost. Marauders, Marines, and Ghost are generally very strong against either a gateway build, or even... So it's strong against a gateway build, and it's also strong against a robotics facility build, as you can EMP shockwave those Immortals. So those Immortals are a very, very standard opening coming in from Protoss. Now we in fact have Fresh getting a cybernetics core, getting his second gas, and also only producing off of one gateway. Taking a look at the armies, both players have really no army to speak of. So no Reaper harassment on my end, and no Zealot rush on his end. So both players pretty much sitting on a fairly decent sized army. Me and my opponent pretty much even at this stage, just trying to get some sort of economic build, just trying to mass up enough units. Now we're gonna have the probe gonna go ahead and head back into his base and do a little bit more mining. Back over here, we have the cybernetics core warping in or researching that warp gate ability. As that next is chrono boosting. I want to make sure that there's no sort of there is no fast expansion coming in, so that Reaper there to just do a little bit of harassment, just try to scout out this position. He does have a Stalker, so that Stalker is a strong counter against that Reaper, so that Reaper is going to head all the way back home. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump on up here. Now I'm producing Marauders. So Marauders are the perfect counter to those Stalkers. So I currently have 2 Stalkers and a single Reaper. And army-wise, I'm sitting at 250 against his 125. He is chrono boosting some Zealots and some additional Stalkers as well. Also gonna be chrono boosting that cybernetics core. So he's warping in the Zealot and the Stalker, and I know by the time I walked over there, those units would have been completed, and I would have had a very difficult time trying to take down this army. So 2 Stalkers and a single Zealot with those 2 pylons. However, Fresh now getting a Stargate in the back of his base, and this is really going to come as a surprise to me. This is the first time I've seen this strategy. Some of you guys may have already seen it, but this was the first time I've seen this strategy. So Fresh being very fresh against me, gonna go ahead and start building Phoenixes. Now Phoenixes are very good light or anti-air units, or light anti-air units, as they're getting, or as they can deal, wow, I can't even talk straight today, and deal 10 or 20 damage per shot against Mutalisks and Banshees. Whoever told me to have a glass of wine before I started shoutcasting, yeah, not a good idea. I am a little bit more calm, but perhaps I stumble over my words a little bit more. Am I joking? Am I not? You don't know. Anyways, back over here, income-wise, both of us sitting on 22 harvesters. I have this mule, or I had a mule that was trying to do some additional mining, and I did scanner sweep. So when I scanner sweeped, I didn't. Oh, actually, I did see that Stargate. I did not know that there was a Stargate there. This is what I saw, and I didn't actually catch that Stargate. So the Fresh now with 2 Phoenixes and has that Graviton Beam will be able to move out and be able to use those 3 Phoenixes to just simply decimate my army. Fresh sitting on an 1100 mineral army. I'm gonna go ahead and build up my factory now. So my tech build is significantly behind. He's already at tier 3 with Phoenixes and Stalkers and a fair number of Zealots. Taking a look at the unit combination, we have 3 Phoenixes, 6 Stalkers, and 3 Zealots against 4 Marauders, 1 Reaper, 5 Marines, and 2 Ghosts. Now, out comes this a little bit of an engagement, and here we go. We're going to have a little bit of a fight here, and I don't even see those Phoenixes now pulling back. Those Phoenixes taking a fair amount of damage. I get an EMP Shockwave off, but I do not get the EMP Shockwave off on those Phoenixes that I wanted to. And this is just going to completely destroy my army as he's able to Graviton Beam those Marauders, and by Graviton Beaming those Marauders, my army is essentially 6 food less. I was not able to focus down any Stalkers. He's going to go ahead and Graviton Beam once again. Stalkers able to focus down those air units. So essentially, that's almost like an early lockdown, being able to pick up that unit and then take it out. So with that Graviton Beam, simply destroying my army. And this is one of those shortest games where I have to give mad props to Fresh showing me a little bit of a new strategy. Now, as I think about this replay, as I think about what I possibly could have done in order to win or just try to win on this replay, there's not much I could really do. I could try to EMP Shockwave these Phoenixes, but those Phoenixes it's very difficult to hit those Phoenixes just because they're in the air. You have to EMP Shockwave beneath them in order to really get the unit kill. So I go ahead and say GG, well played. Fresh completely rolling over me with a new strategy that I've never seen. And using those Phoenixes, picking up my Marauders, and then having the rest of the Stalker and Zealot army make short work. If perhaps I got a Ghost with an EMP round on those Phoenixes, that would have been enough. But still, wasn't able to do that. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay and me giving a little bit of commentary, trying to learn my lessons against Fresh.